Welcome back to Theresa.is.Dead. My name is Theresa and I'm very much alive. And if you're new here, welcome. I have an awful garbage mouth, and if you're not into that or weird shit in general, this is not the place for you. Feel free to exit out the video here. No harm, no foul, but I'll remember our time fondly. If you want to jump straight to the overall review of the products, I'll leave a time code down below. Feel free to jump ahead. Couple of things right off the top. I can't stop that, okay? It's in the daytime. There's nothing I can do about it. So if you hear that, I'm really, really sorry. So what I'm going to try to do is actually speak a lot louder so I can drown that shit out myself. Because you have no idea how fucking annoying it is to have to hear somebody fucking power sawing all goddamn morning. Okay. Sorry about that. So, before we get into the BOXYCHARM and all that good stuff, I do want to say a couple of things. One, I really want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to those who have been really, really sweet and amazing and super nice and commenting and, you know, sending really positive thoughts and good vibes and all that good stuff. And also for those who are also sharing similar experiences, whether it was a happy ending or a sad ending, I really appreciate that. I read every comment and it literally made me cry because you guys are so fucking awesome and sweet, and I'm just glad that we have this little community together and that, you know, we can kind of all lean on each other and share our experiences. So I want to say thank you. So my stepdad's doing pretty good. He finished treatment. He rang the bell, as seen here. I'll keep you updated as things go on, but so far so good. So fingers crossed. Again, really thank you from me, not only me, from my family as well. Like, we appreciate it. So thank you. So I do have like a follow-up to what happened with BOXYCHARM last month. If you weren't familiar with what happened to me for BoxyLux, basically, I didn't receive the Cover FX palette. So the Cover FX palette was something that everybody was supposed to get, whether you were BoxYCHARM or BoxyLux. I didn't get it. They did not send it to me. Also, I was one of the small cohort of people that was going to receive the wrong color. Even though I have in my preferences that I am literally uncooked chicken, they sent me the one for, I think, light to medium or medium to dark or something like that. However, I never received any fucking palette. So I emailed BOXYCHARM, I sent them a couple of DMs through Twitter, Instagram, and I found that nobody fucking responded to me, and it was really fucking annoying. And when if they did respond to me, they would just say to me, hey, can you email us? And in that case, I would say, yeah, I did email you, in which they would say nothing because they didn't give a shit. But anyway, I want to say a very special thank you to Alexandra, and I know I shouted her out in my mail time, but she was the amazing person that actually sent me her face palette because she wasn't going to be using it. Ironically enough, I've been playing with it and it's okay. So the palette that I was really excited about, it's meh, it's fine, whatever. I've been playing around with it, but it's not what I thought it was going to be. So thank you, Alexandra. But I also feel bad because you sent this to me and I'm not like excited about it. It was like meh. But anyway, so finally I wanted to kind of update with this because BOXYCHARM did finally email me back and say to me, hey, I'm really sorry about what happened, so we're going to gift you 4,500 charms. Now, side note is that they initially said they were going to give me 4,500 charms only because I didn't receive the correct shade. So I already had 4,500 charms in my thing. So I emailed them back and I said, okay, thank you for this. However, do I get an additional charm amount or do I get a partial refund? Because I didn't receive the fucking palette, period. And I was very respectful, like, okay, and I wasn't like mean or anything. I was just very much like, hey, you know, I am very appreciative of what you guys are giving me, but shouldn't I get a little bit extra? Only because I never physically received the product. At least for those who got the wrong shade, so they at least received the physical thing. I didn't receive shit because somebody's lazy and didn't fucking put it in the box. So it took them about another week to get back to me, but they were kind of like, nope, sorry, that's it, bye. And it was kind of very lackluster because not to say that I was just like demanding things, but it was more of like a, hey, do the right thing, you know? Give me like fucking $10 off your next goddamn BOXYCHARM, something, right? Because I didn't receive the actual product. So that was really bumming me out because I really like BOXYCHARM and I just felt like their customer service in a whole is not that great. Initially, they were like, hey, if you send us an email, we'll respond within, I believe, 48 to 72 hours. They didn't respond until weeks later. And I'm pretty sure for those who have experienced a similar situation that I'm going through, you guys saw what's in the charm room. It's garbage. There's nothing good in there. So, okay, great. You're giving me $45, but you're giving me $45 of your money. So basically like fucking Monopoly money at this point, okay? And the only products that you're like, you can buy from these are literally all shit products. So what do I do in that situation? I basically have a credit of $45 that I can't do anything with because everything in the charm room is fucking gross. I almost wish they would just give me a fucking refund at that point. If you're giving me $45, that's pretty much almost the cost of the BOXYLUXE box in itself. Just fucking give me back my money. Why are you gonna give me $45 of your fake invisible money to buy some bullshit that I'm gonna be like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to use it on this shit? No, fuck that. Fuck that, fuck that, fuck that. So BOXYCHARM is kind of a little bit on my shit list just for that very reason. Again, to recap, what I'm more mad about is that one, I didn't receive the fucking product. Two, you're gonna be like, no, that's all we can give. You can't even give me an additional $10, an additional $5, bitch. You can't even throw something in there for free. You see that I'm a long-time customer? Go fuck yourself, BOXYCHARM. Needless to say, I'm still with them because I'm a glutton for punishment and I forgot to cancel. So I wasn't super excited about this month, but whatever, we are here. I wanted to come full circle with the story, not leave you guys hanging, to let you know this is what happened. Yeah, not really impressed with their customer service. They also take way too fucking long to respond. Maybe they should stop focusing so much on IG stories and more with answering people's questions. So that's just a constructive criticism for you there, Joe. I will never get on BOXYCHARM's PR. But you know what though? I'd rather be real and honest and fucking tell you when you're doing something shitty, bitch! And you're doing something shitty. So yeah, so make sure to thumbs down this video. Thanks. On today's video, we're going to be unboxing BOXYCHARM for the month of April. With that said, these are the products that I received within this month's BOXYCHARM. Pure the Complexion Authority Festival Palette. Unleash the ultimate festival vibes with this limited edition 12-piece pressed pigment palette that's complete with bold, imaginative pigments that elevate your look for any occasion. From boho-inspired metallics to eye-catching glitters, each cruelty-free shade is infused with skin-loving ingredients. Retails for $36. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Luxie, the Summer Days 3-piece brush set. The Luxie Summer Days 3-piece brush set was curated for the perfect festival look that will last all day. Use the Luxie 510 small contouring brush to sculpt and define your cheekbones, while the Luxie 245 small shader brush is perfect to pat your base shadow and glitter. Grab the Luxie 209 large shader brush to pat on and blend out any eye look. Retails for $28. Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder. This all-natural, vegan, and cruelty-free loose powder highlight can be used on the eyes, lips, face, and body. The versatile formula is highly pigmented and suitable for all skin tones. Create a subtle, luminous finish or layer for an unreal glow. Retails for $27. Christopher Buckle Cashmere Slip Longwear Lipstick. Full Impact Color Cashmere Slip is a creamy, richly pigmented lipstick that delivers bold color for up to 8 hours. Easy to apply, this luxurious formula glides on smooth and wears comfortably. Retails for $18. Starlooks Ultra Gem Longwear Eye Pencil. The intensely pigmented formula in the new Starlooks Cosmic Ultra Gem Longwear Eye Pencil delivers a beautiful color that lasts all day. The easy to extend and retract pen makes application and continuous use seamlessly easy without ever having to use a pencil sharpener. Retails for $19. So for this month's theme, it's the Peace, Love, and Boxy because it's all about Coachella, guys, and all about shit. It's festival season. So it kind of makes sense. The whole box in a whole, honestly, even though there's a pure palette in there, the whole theme makes a lot of sense. So let's talk about the eyeshadow palette first, because that's what you guys want to hear about, right? This fucking pure palette. Okay, first of all, if you are new here, hi, my name is Theresa. I'm a garbage person. I tend to yell a lot. I'm not a fan of pure. I really liked pure in the beginning, and then BOXYCHARM decided to put a pure product in every box every month, and the products were just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. The only palette that I actually really technically liked out of this whole brand has been like the Soiree Diaries, which I think is one of the first palettes that they put into BOXYCHARM. I believe Pure somehow has a weird stake with BOXYCHARM, or maybe they saw BOXYCHARM fucking someone else. I don't know. But they got some blackmail on them, and that's why we get Pure products, or that's what I like to tell myself. So here's the thing. The festival palette, and when I saw it, I was like, oh, I don't give a fuck about this. Like, I don't care. I don't want anything to do with this. I was very mad. Very, very mad. Oh, actually, side note, when the fuck did Pure become the complexion authority? Was it always the case? I don't know, maybe I'm crazy or maybe I'm stupid and I just never noticed it, but the complexion authority, that's a new thing, right? All right, anyway, so here's the festival palette. This is what this guy looks like. Packaging wise, not gonna lie, kind of adorable. When you open her up, You get a nice little mirror here that says, treat every day like a festival. Get the fuck out of here. In the palette, you get about 12 shades, 2 noticeably being a pressed glitter, while most of them being either a shimmer, matte, or maybe a satiny kind of finish. Let's call it satin. All right, so for these 2 looks, which I know are a little bit extra, but I tried to use as many shades as I humanly can. Now, when you look at this palette, to me, it kind of gives me the vibes of the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette, except that palette is awful. It's awful. So at first I was like, I'm not gonna like this palette because it was automatically bringing me to a bad place. What I will say is, it's not bad. I know, who am I right now? 2 of you guys contacted me on Instagram and was like, hey, did you try the palette yet? And I was like, no, and they're like, be surprised, it's actually not bad. And I was like, bite your fucking tongue, bitch, it's bad. And they're like, no, it's actually not that bad. There are some problems with it, but it's really not that bad. And I made a joke somewhere on, and I hope if I find it, I'll screenshot it here, where I said, if I like this palette, I'm quitting YouTube. Well, guys, it was really nice knowing you. This is okay. And for okay, that means it's excellent in pure side. It's not bad, but it's not great either. It's middle of the road. And again, for Pure standards, that's pretty much like Pat McGrath quality. So kudos to you, Pure, for kind of somewhat impressing me, not really. But with this, I failed to show you, I did also get some of their primer. They also put this within their palette. So for both of these looks, I actually only used the gripping primer. I didn't use any other primer that I would normally use. Their eyeshadow primer, let's talk about that for a second. It's weird. It works, but it doesn't work, if that makes any sense. When you apply it on, it's oily, it's kind of greasy, but it's also kind of like the feeling of glitter glue. You know that kind of stickiness? That's exactly what this is like. So when you do set it down and then when you work eyeshadows over it, you kind of have to work fast, because if you don't work fast, then you kind of create these weird spots where you can't blend anything. It's a hard line. You can't do anything about it except unless you go in with some either concealer maybe or a makeup wipe and try to like start over and do it again. Now I'm going to zoom you in to show you that there is some balding, especially in this eye. I don't know if it's the pressed glitter that's giving me the reaction. It's probably the pressed glitter, honestly, because I'm not experiencing that with the other eye. So I think there's something within these pressed glitters that are not jiving with me, which is kind of unfortunate because I really liked initially how this look kind of came out. I know it's a little out there and crazy, but I didn't mind it though. You see how it's like starting to bald up there, and you see how it's starting to get chunky right there? It's because like my eye is literally rejecting this palette. And then over here, I put down all the eyeshadow primer not only on my lid, but also up here. And you see how it's like a hard line? Like I can't get rid of that. It also enhances texture too. So I'm not sure if this is going to pick it up because I know what my beauty lights. But over here, you kind of see like all these little bumps and stuff over here. The color is not blending out. It's just like a hard fucking line and it's crazy. So in retrospect, I really don't think the eyeshadow primer is really all that great. There is a heaviness to it that's really not nice. I feel like I have 10-pound weight sitting on my eyelids, and it also just feels really sticky. Like I just took a bunch of honey and slapped it on my fucking face. I don't like that. As you can see, it's starting to lift the product, but again, I don't think it's the eyeshadow primer. I think it's the pressed glitters, and I'm having a reaction to it. Because as much as I love glitter, you guys know I have a lot of eye sensitivity. So that could just be this in the palette, not necessarily the eyeshadow primer. I don't think it is. I'm not experiencing that stuff with this eye. It's only this eye. So the other eye I think actually came out pretty good. It doesn't look bad. It actually looks nice. But you can see what I'm saying about how kind of with the primer, it kind of just stops at a certain way. Like I am not able to kind of blend out further than what that is. I mean, granted, it looks a lot better on this side than it does on this side. I feel like the line is a lot more harsher than what it should be. So I'm not really a super fan of that. But again, doesn't look that terrible though. So here are some of the issues that I have with this palette. When I look at the color story, it feels like a lot of it's the same. This row kind of looks almost identical to these 3 over here. It's almost kind of like, here's the matte version of it, and then here is the shimmer version of it. I really wish that there was a lighter shade, especially for kind of the crease area. This, you have to go in very, very little because it's actually quite pigmented, which is a fucking surprise because I usually find that Pure is not pigmented at all, but I digress. Initially when I went in, it was really intense, so it was very hard to kind of come back from to make it lighter. So I found that if I applied it little by little, I could kind of create a lighter crease color, but I almost wish I didn't have to do that. I wish that there was already a lighter color in this palette for that very reason. The shimmers, I don't think we needed all 4. I think you could have had 2, put maybe 2 more pops of color in there, or maybe if you were going to keep shimmers, 2 different pops of colors for shimmers. I think that would have been more appropriate. These 2 guys eyes over here, I don't mind them so much. It's just I'm having a weird reaction to it, so I'm not a fan of it. But hey, if you can rock pressed glitters, they were pretty comfortable for the most part. The only thing I will say is that when I was applying it with a silicone applicator from e.l.f., I did notice that it's a bit on the chunky side, so I was having a lot of little beef cheese crumbles fall on my face, so that wasn't fun. The purple and the pink, they're fine. They do stain though. Not a lot, not Jeffree Star standards, but they do stain, so kind of keep on the eye out for that. The rest of the palette's okay. It's not terrible. Honestly, I'm a little bit more surprised because I know the last palette that I had from them, I think the Masquerade palette or whatever, I broke out from it. I had an allergic reaction to it. I am kind of having a reaction, but I think it's just because it's the pressed glitters, not necessarily anything else with the palette. So I hate to say it, but it's really not bad. It's actually okay. I'm gonna try to test myself and try to play around with it a couple more times this month. So by next month's BOXYCHARM, I'll let you know more thoughts about it, but I don't hate it. Who the fuck am I right now? I'm quitting my YouTube channel, I swear to God. So the next product is these Luxie brushes. They're perfect.
You're perfect, you're beautiful, you look like Linda Evangelista, you're a model.
I love Luxie brushes. Luxie is probably my favorite brand of brushes. They do no wrong in my eyes, beach. I think that's the reason why I kind of keep around BOXYCHARM, I think deep down inside, because every other month they throw in a pack of brushes and their quality, I think, are really, really fucking good. And I feel like are pretty fair for their prices. I think they kind of range anywhere in like the $20, $30, maybe $50 range, depending on what kind of set that you're buying. The first one is a small contour brush, the 512. I don't own this brush. And for contouring lately, I've been using the Jeffree Star one from Morphe. And I gotta say that I think I like this one a little bit better because that Jeffree Star one, sometimes it kind of skips out a little bit over here. I don't know why. It's always on this side of my face that it just like kind of skips out or it makes things look a little bit patchy, but not on this side. But this, I didn't find that with. Luxie brushes are just fucking good. I know guys, I know. I was supposed to do a brush video like 8 years ago and I will do it. It's just, I just have to do it. I'm just fucking lazy, y'all. I can't help it. So yeah, so this is A+ in my book. I enjoy the shit out of this brush. The next one is a large shader brush. Totally fine. Have no issues with it. This is the 209 large shader. I think I definitely have this in the pink version, so I'm fine with that. And last but not least, I could have a million and one of these brushes. They are so fucking good for my teeny tiny beautiful little eyes, but this is the Luxie 245 small shader. And these are great, especially when applying shimmer shades or if you want to cut the crease or if you want to do any of that bullshit. This is the best kind of brush for it, especially for someone who has small little delicate eyes like myself. I need small brushes and this is awesome. Overall, at the end of the day, I just have an affinity for Luxie and I want them to have my firstborn so I can have all the PR in the world. The fact that this is $28, it actually exceeds the price of the box, so for me, just having these brushes makes it worth it. The next is this Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder. So this is the second Artist Couture product that I own. I think the first one I also received in a BOXYCHARM and it was fine. And it's just like, I'm not a really big loose highlighter person. So the Artist Couture, I did have one, but I don't remember really ever using it. And it kind of just like, you know, fell to the wayside. When I was playing with this, I have to say that when I first put it on initially, it reminded me a lot of the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. I love that highlighter, but that highlighter, I think that's when I initially started getting into highlighters because I kind of like that more subtle glow. Now I'm a monster. I basically want to be seen from outer space. I want to be a glowy sex robot alien, okay? What I look for in a highlighter is pretty much making me look like a fucking Big Mac or some sort of chili cheese fries aftermath. You know what I'm talking about? I want to look like I'm just wet, just sweating constantly, but not really. This, I found that it was very subtle and it's actually very much like the description. It's very, very subtle. So when I put it on a couple times with the brush, I was kind of like, oh, this is cute. She's cute. But like, she wasn't like, you know, making me like want to fuck her. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of like, all right, I see you, but you're cock teased. Then I started kind of layering it on more and more and more and more. And then I was like, oh, bitch, I get you. I get you. So I like it. It's definitely very, very shiny, but I just hate that I have to keep layering it on when I have highlighters in my collection that I could literally just do one swoop and look like fucking glass. So, the last 3 highlighters that I've been obsessed with, 2 are from Tarte. I know, I don't even know what to say about myself anymore. Tarte Adeline Morin palette, that highlighter, sick as fuck. The Icy Betch highlighter, Fuck my life, it's good. And also, I think actually my favorite, which I'm so ashamed that I paid $60 for it, but whatever, the Benefit like Cheek Parade palette. I picked it up from a recommendation of an Instagram person I follow. Her name is Makeup Crazy. She's fucking hilarious. Think of like Trend Mood, but with balls. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like Trend Mood is like, here's everything, but like, you should buy it. Makeup Crazy is kind of like, bitch, do you really need to buy it? Because you fucking shouldn't, bitch. And that's what I like about her. She tells you how it is, and she doesn't sugarcoat shit. And I find that usually 9 out of 10 times, if she likes something, I will like it too. And so I remember her kind of talking about the cookie shade in the Benefit palette. And when I went into Ulta a couple weeks ago and I tried it, I was like, oh, bitch is right. I need to buy this palette. And I bought the palette, and it's worth every fucking penny in my eyes. That is an amazing highlighter. And it's like, all you have to do is like one swoop and you're shining for days. This, you got to build it up. But it's still fine though. So if you're somebody that really likes a subtle highlight and you don't want to get like too alien looking, I think you will definitely like this. For a subtle bitch, she pretty cute. She cute. So, but she ain't my other host though. She's not my bottom bitch, but if I want to not look crazy and when I go to work, I'll definitely pick this up. So the next product is this Christopher Buckle lipstick in the shade Bardot. Packaging wise, it reminds me a little bit of the KKW Diamond Weird fragrance, this thing. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. But then it also reminds me a little bit of the Fenty packaging. And I only say that because of, I guess, like this mirrored kind of silver, and it makes me think of her powders. Kind of has like the same look of that. And I'm pretty sure there's another obvious thing that I'm missing. So please let me know down below what this reminds you of, because I feel like I've seen this before, but I've never heard of this brand before. I really didn't think I was going to like anything of it or whatever, but bitch. So as soon as I put the lipstick on, first of all, the formula is fucking amazing. It's so silky and smooth and hydrating and luxurious, and it just feels so nice on my lips. My lips tend to be dry, so I'm always the bitch with like the giant glue stick of chapstick, just fucking spreading it on my face and making me look like Brittany Murphy lips, you know. When I'm wearing a lot of lipsticks, I tend to go for things that are more hydrating and more comfortable to wear. As soon as I put it on, I was completely blown away and impressed. The color looks very, very similar to Jeffree Star's Christmas Cookie in a way, maybe a hair darker. I love this so much that after this video, I'm going to see where they sell this, and I'm going to try to buy some other shades, because I don't think I've ever liked a lipstick this fast in a long fucking time. It's so comfortable. It's not bleeding around my mouth. Everything's intact. It's not kiss proof. Definitely leaving product on like straws and whatever I touch, but it's not taking away from my lips. Does that make any sense? Like, there's no noticeable holes. There's no missing butthole coverage. It still looks very good. It's fucking crazy. This is something that I'm gonna throw in my bag and probably use almost every day. This shit's comfortable though. Yo, I fucking love it. This is awesome. This is baller. I'm super excited to get this, and I cannot recommend this enough. And I need to buy more shit from this brand. So yeah, cool. Last but not least, this is the Starlooks Celestial Ultra Gem Longwear Eye Pencil. This doesn't work. First of all, the description, I tried not to laugh when reading it because it said like, intensely pigmented, lasts all day. And I was like, that's great. You know, maybe if the product fucking came out onto my skin, maybe I could say that it lasts all day. In all reality, when I was using it, there was no color payoff. There's more payoff that comes out on my hand than it does on my face. I tried putting this in my waterline, didn't go. Tried putting it underneath my waterline in my lower lash line, did not go. If anything, it felt waxy. So I had to kind of put some yellow eyeliner on, which everyone keeps asking me, by the way, and this is from Glossier Play. It was the best $15 I've ever spent on eyeliner. Go fucking get it. It's so good. First of all, $19. $19 for a fucking pencil that doesn't even show up. I wouldn't even want the pencil if someone just gave it to me for free, okay? That's how bad the pencil is. Oh, $19, you can go fuck yourself. Who the fuck do you think you are charging $19 for that shit? This fucking pencil right here is 15 bucks, Glossier Play. And this shit's color for days and it lasts for a long fucking time. Can't even get any pigment out of my fucking eye. Get out of here, $19. Go fuck yourself. So I have to say, between the brush set, the palette, the glow powder, and the lipstick, all of those products made this month worth it. The eye pencil can go fuck itself. So let me know down below how you guys feel about this month's BOXYCHARM. If you had the same variation as me or if you had something different, let me know because I love hearing from you guys. And yeah, also let me know if you like the Pure palette because it's not bad, but it's not good, but it's not bad. but it's definitely not good. You know what I mean? And before I close out this video, I do want to say that I'm actually going to be at IMAX tomorrow. I know. So if you're in the New York City area and you are attending IMAX, which is Saturday, April 13th, come find me. I'm actually going to be there with my mom because it's a tradition that me and my mom do. We actually have never been to IMAX before, but we have been to Ipsy and BeautyCon, so we kind of have a general idea of what to expect. If you happen to be there and you do see me, come over, come say hello. I am gonna be awkward because I'm an awkward bitch, but if any case, it will be a funny story. So, but no, seriously, come over. I don't bite unless you want me to, then that costs extra. On that note, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it as always. Feel free to like, comment, hit that subscribe button. It's free. And hit that bell icon for notification of all my future posts. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, out in the streets, in life, at IMAX. And I'll see you little pumpkins later. Bye.